If the alien is literally looking like this, right? Mina, over here from My Hero Academia, it's like, without a shadow of doubt in my mind, I'm doing you, and you're doing me, and we're gonna do this thing together.
Dance anime!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dance Anime Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kevin Sisenthone, and to the left of the couch, your right of the couch, is the anime shonen rival, Steven Sisenthone. How are you doing?
Good, but something's kind of weird today, dude.
It's kind of weird.
There's no KKD, Christine Danis, anywhere to be found.
Yeah, we fired her. What do you think? We have the lights. The set looks crispier than usual.
Our budget went up.
Our budget went up, like her pay grade. it made the difference. Now, let me tell you, I drank, I think, like 2 energy drinks, like almost back to back.
Right now?
Not, like in the past, like hour or whatever, and I'm starting to notice the effects. Like my right eye is like twitching.
Oh my god! Why'd you do that? Are you tired?
I just need that, like.
I get it.
I need that little pep. The thing is that, like, I didn't drink any coffee today or anything, and I don't know how many like milligrams of caffeine.
Here's the thing: if you guys didn't know, I don't drink coffee. I don't really rely on any caffeine things.
You don't do caffeine like at all. Soda,
no, not
soda,
really.
like just that's it.
Yeah, but that's a casual.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't go hardcore with the MGs, so I don't really know the struggles or the benefits, pros and cons of it.
But anyways, the idea was that, like, I've been into like the rain energy drinks, right?
You're into all that shit.
I love all the energy drinks.
I always come home, he has some random shit.
Pour them down my throat, send them over here. So a rain energy drink.
Okay.
300 milligrams of caffeine.
Is that a lot?
That's a shit ton.
What's like a regular coffee have?
I want to say like around 120 to 150.
So you're talking, that's a double coffee.
That's a double coffee. So I didn't have a rain today, but in my head I was like, I've been kind of straying away from the rains just because it's a lot of caffeine.
Okay.
And there's been days where like I had like 2 in like one day.
Okay.
Which is fine. You don't it's really hard to overdose on caffeine.
You had 2 today though.
But I had 2 energy drinks, both at like around 150. So in my head, I was like, I've had a rain before, right?
Yeah.
So that was like in my head. I was like, okay, well that's fine.
Does it feel the same?
I don't know. All I know is that my right eye is like twitching. I feel it.
Oh boy, today is one of those days.
Today is one of those days. This is gonna be a good episode.
I think so.
I'm feeling it. But, I've been playing on another note. I've been playing that Celeste.
I saw.
You saw me playing it, right?
Yeah, I was just chilling, and all I hear is like that beep boop 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 or whatever.
Yeah, you're making fun of there's a beautiful story going on.
It was
here.
the music.
And you're making fun of. No, it wasn't the music. You're making fun of the
dialogue, but then the music was kind of like that too when you're in the level.
Oh, the little chip tunes.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I was like, beep, boop. I just kept doing that.
Yeah,
Beep, boop,
everyone plays Celeste if you can. It's so good.
That's sick.
It's actually so good, and not only that, there was like the surprise like twist at the end where it's like, oh, guess what? They're like, no spoilers, but like they're like, guess what? Here's another chapter, but in order to get to that chapter, you have to do everything like in completion to the left. And then I searched it up, by the way. Another chapter after that chapter.
That reminds me. I feel like we gotta play the Helltaker DLC.
Oh, I love
update.
Helltaker.
Yeah.
I love Helltaker.
That's gotta be a thing.
Yeah. But anyways, this is gonna be a good episode.
Too much Animal Crossing.
But this is Dance Anime Podcast, where a bunch of nerdy friends come together and talk about whatever the hell they want to talk about. In this case, there's 2. Usually, there's a third person here.
Christine Danis.
Christine Danis. Again, fired her, upped the budget. You can see crispy episode. We got a lot of stuff going on today, especially my eye twitching. But pretty much we bring a random topic to the table and we talk about it. And I guess with that note, actually,
wait, dude.
Well, what's up?
I'm gonna tell him that there was a huge ass mosquito in my room. It was like the size of, it was like floating like this. It was like as big as this.
That's wild. You say that, and I'm like, that's crazy,
dude. And it had a thick like thorax and abdomen. And I was thinking, I was like, why do people always want to kill bugs? Like the general population want to kill / are afraid of bugs. I was thinking about that.
I don't know. I think it's just because like I think we don't like being bit. I think that's just it comes to that.
That's the fear.
Yeah, it's just like it bit like I think it's like
Fair enough.
like one of them's bad, like they're all bad kind of thing.
True. So what I did was I wanted to bait it out of my room because it was huge, and I was like, all right. It went like behind my monitor and like literally disappeared. I did not find it after that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I turned off the lights in my room. I opened the door. I went into the kitchen and I blasted all the lights, trying to bait it out. Right?
Good opportunity, or a good tactic.
The weird thing is the reason I bring this up. The first episode we talked about ghosts,
Of course, yeah.
and I remember everyone was a little bit uneasy after that. After we filmed that,
Mm-hmm.
and
I was tweaking that night. Oh,
it was like the day after actually this mosquito incident happened, and it was like I was home alone, and you just came home pretty late, and I thought I was in the kitchen on my laptop, and I thought I'd turn off the lights. When you got home, I went to go check if the lights were on in my room.
oh yeah.
That was weird. Now I don't know. Maybe I messed up. Maybe
Maybe it's been a long night.
Yeah. Maybe I forgot to do what my plan was, but I don't know. It was kind of weird because I was like I kind of did this on purpose to come out here and purposely turn off the lights, but they were on.
Because to be fair, I think I didn't see it. Kayla didn't see it. Like no one saw it.
I don't know.
That's all you. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna take your word for it. Because
It was weird. It was just weird. That's
wanna take
all I wanted to say. That's it.
But anyways, that was a good kind of story interjection because I forgot to say that we are officially on Spotify. So if you listen to podcasts and you don't want to watch, you can find us on Spotify, the Dance Anime Podcast. Working real hard to try to get on iTunes and Google Podcasts, and there's like a lot more hoops to jump through.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever that happens, it will happen. I'll let you guys know. And if it doesn't happen, don't bug me or just keep bugging me, and maybe I'll do it. But anyways, with that out of the way, Steven,
Yes.
we'd like to do a little thing where I'm gonna call it the duel segment.
Sure.
Let's duel.
Sure.
Right.
I had an idea. What did you have an idea?
So what we were going to do is that I think the first episode we did rock paper scissors. You know, we have nature's rock paper scissors,
Right.
right here. We have two of them, and then you on the second episode said you wanted to do
Something else, but we failed.
because you were just I don't know if you were just tired or whatever. You were like let's
No, I was really tired.
because you were like let's bottle flip it with a full bottle.
I did not think that through because the water had to be like
It,
it had to be very little.
Yeah.
That was a full ass bottle. What was I thinking?
you were just deathly tired, and I was like, okay. I wasn't. The thing was like I knew exactly it was gonna fail. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you're taking over. I was like, I'll just let you do what you're gonna do, but like, so what I'm going to do is that in my phone,
Right.
I'll write down rock paper scissors, water bottle flip, and my idea was that we cycle through or we choose which one we want to do or at random or whatever until someone automatically gets priority if they go like if they say like a new one. If they go, hold on,
I got a new one.
what's the new one?
Guess a number between 1 and 100. The person that's closest wins.
How the hell?
Simple enough.
How the hell are we gonna do that?
I got a number generator.
Oh,
Yeah.
no fucking way.
Want to go for it?
Yeah, let's do it.
I kind of have a strat to this. I think it might work. It might not. We'll see. So
It's just a random number 1
1 through 100.
Wow.
Go for it, dude.
Did you download
No,
this
you
just
can
for
just Google it.
Oh, okay.
I got my number.
I'm gonna go 33.
That was the shit I was gonna go with. I was gonna go.
No way.
Not that, but the same type of strategy. I was gonna go 66 though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 33.
Let's see. We'll do it live.
Sounds good to me. I thought you like downloaded an app.
You ready?
Sure.
We click it. 58.
58.
58.
Meaning you go first.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Steve. What's your topic?
So, since Kayla isn't here, the first episode I did ghosts.
Nor will she ever.
It's kind of exciting.
Yep.
Second episode I did school stories. It's kind of funny, embarrassing. I figured I don't want to do anything fun. We'll wait for our third to come back, if she does. And today we'll get a little more serious, a little more real. And I wanted to talk about societal pressures, and specifically segueing off a last topic, it was elementary school. I want to go to primarily high school. Now, you could do just in general too. That's fine. But I'm going to talk about high school. And obviously, as kids, we're super influential, right? Super influenced
yeah.
by influential people.
Yeah.
I misspoke. And I was thinking that growing up, there's so many weird, to me at the time, I thought this way too, because keep in mind, when I'm the youngest in our family as a brother, I'm the youngest.
Yes.
And I
Yes,
always
you
hung
are.
out with all the older kids.
Yeah, primarily pretty much you hung out with my friends
Yeah.
for the most part.
And
like
I guess Tias, which is our older brother.
yeah, which kind of became like your friends.
Yeah.
You would
I
say-
mean,
you
we
would
just
say-
meshed.
yeah.
Yeah. So, T House, our older brother, once again, is 7 years older than me.
Which is a weird number, by the way.
Yeah, I guess.
To me, at least to me, because he's 5 years older than me. But like, whenever I was like, oh yeah, 7 years, like that's oh shit, like 7 years, that's like almost a decade older.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
And you're a year and a half older than me, but you're on the younger side of your friends, right? Or in the middle.
We have a good mix. I know we have like I have a couple friends that are like 2 years older.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Your friends are like older,
Yeah.
so that means they're really old to me compared to me,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Which I never thought about.
Yeah. So I was all the time I was really the younger one, and obviously, I kind of had to grow up fast. Like I had to mature quick. I couldn't really be like a little shit all the time because
Yeah.
the older kids are gotta be cool or whatever.
Yeah. Is
was
that how
always
you
the thing.
thought?
Not really. I mean, maybe subconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't get me wrong, I was like a little shit every now and then, but compared to everyone else, like around my age, I was pretty mature,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that definitely affected the way I grew up and the way I am now.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is too is that within my group of friends, I was the older one because I was a January birthday,
Yes.
so I was typically older than everyone.
January 19th.
Yeah,
That's really early in a year. So
so it was a
you're-
weird duality is the word, right?
Yeah.
So I would come home or like whenever I would chill with you guys, I would feel like the young one, and then when I go to school and hang out with the boys
Yeah.
or girls, I was the older one.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the thing. The reason I bring this up because I want to talk about all the weird mentalities, the way of thinking that people had growing up, and I feel like that growing up with the older people affected the way I thought. Because I kind of, I heard about all the shit earlier, like sex, drugs, all that shit.
Sex, drugs, alcohol.
Yeah,
that.
I learned about it faster than they did, so I think I was more accustomed.
Really? You think so?
I think so. I think I was more, I don't know, prepared. Maybe a bad word. More exposed to it.
Yeah, because who's to say they didn't have like older friends? You know.
True.
You can't say every single person.
No,
like,
it's true.
But like
Yeah, but 7 years and like all that stuff. You know what I mean?
like you like. But the thing is, like, to have a feeling of like heightened, like insight
Yeah.
versus everyone to be like, I am so above you guys. Like,
That's the way I felt. Though I'm gonna be honest.
really?
It's just
Like,
because
you don't think it was just like that high school thinking? Like, what's that show? My Teen Romantic Comedy. You haven't watched it. I know that. I watched a little bit of it, and it's kind of like
yeah.
his mindset in the beginning of the first episode is like, these guys are stupid. Like, you guys are friends, but you're not gonna be friends forever. Like, and he's like, I am so above you, and that's like the way he thinks.
Oh, I didn't think I was above anyone. I didn't think I was like high and mighty, but
Yeah.
I was definitely like, this is weird.
Yeah.
When certain things were brought to our attention or came
Yeah.
up.
The idea was that he it's almost like he was able to set aside his reality, look at it from the outside, and be like, oh, I think this, while you guys are so like stuck in the moment.
Yes, exactly.
like-
That's kind of how I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You should watch that show though.
what's it called?
My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu.
Right. Yeah, I heard of it.
I have the Blu-ray.
I know the one. So, yeah, I didn't think I was high and mighty, but I was definitely thinking of, I don't know. Everyone was like very stuck in the moment. I could see their mental age, their age, if you will, and I felt very removed at times, right? And I'm not gonna say that like they didn't grow up with older people too. Like I'm not saying that, but I want to say they definitely acted their age. And I mean, I guess me included. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, so old and cool or whatever. But I think I would like to believe that I was definitely influenced by you guys. And I just want to talk about everyone's way of thinking, which in the moment in the moment for sure, I thought was really weird. How like, for example, we're gonna go topic by topic.
Yep.
Being tough was always such like a cool thing. Like you got to be tough. You can't you can't wear skinny jeans. You can't like even on like Twitter and stuff. Like you can't be saying like
Yeah.
like soft lyrics. You can't listen to Justin Bieber, all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And at the time, I was like, I didn't really care about that stuff. And thank God, because I had a good group of friends, and within our friend group, I don't know why they did this, but they respected me a lot. And once again, I was the like popular kid. It's funny, we talked about this earlier. We said, what the hell even makes a popular kid popular?
Yeah.
But
That's all
I think to answer that question partially, without going too deep into it, I think it was just kind of establishing that friend group early on, and just the way it kind of, well, at least for me, the way it panned out was in my elementary school, all the kids from that school became popular, which was weird. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why that happened.
Yeah.
But we were by the 6th grade, like by the time we were about to head out of that elementary school, we were all really tight, and our friend group was pretty big, and a lot of people in the mix, and we're all really like close together.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went to middle school, obviously, you get separated a little bit, and they all make their own friends.
Yes.
And then, surely enough, you guys start, like, when you guys see each other, you merge together, and then you introduce to that. Everyone introduces everyone to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it gets even bigger.
Yeah, it's like whoever has the most mutuals almost.
Yeah. So, by the time we left elementary school, it was a big group. We kind of split, made friends with other people. And before we even went, they were making friends with people from other schools as well because of sports and stuff. So that was the thing.
Okay.
And I didn't do sports in elementary school. I did it in intermediate and high school. But by the time intermediate came, that friend group got bigger, and then high school comes, and then by that time, everyone that is in intermediate school that goes to high school is typically the same. Like the student count, like our student count for our grade is usually around the same amount of people. Mm-hmm. Typically, some people go to different high schools, but typically in that high school, everyone that was friends in intermediate were friends for the rest of the 4 years. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we were. Why did it go on this tangent again? I forget.
Oh
yeah, okay. I like a group of friends. I got it. I was like,
it was like every podcast is like, where I go, and I'm ready to talk. No.
Because I wanted to segue.
Yeah.
So I was saying, thank God, I had a really good group of friends that never really pressured me into anything. Actually, and I'm grateful. I'm thankful for that for life.
I feel like most people don't. I feel like that's just like the above the influence commercials.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like most people aren't truly like, hey man, you want some? Like, you know what I mean?
But maybe I'm biased, but I feel like my grade was really, really tight compared to all the other grades.
Yeah.
Like because obviously he was 2 grades above me,
mm-hmm.
and could you sense that we were really close, like all of us?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
there was I think out of my like perceivable like grades like that I could see and all that, like I feel like yours was like the most like they had the most unity.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
We're definitely unified, for sure. So I had a really good group of friends that didn't really pressure me into anything.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is, because I was talking about being tough and Twitter, Justin Bieber, skinny jeans, blah, 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 blah. I never got any shit for that. Because I was very, it's so embarrassing, but I was kind of like, not emotional, I guess.
You were like everything that like any, what you were talking about, like early high school at this point? Or like just
high school
overall?
Yeah.
Like, because we can't like me and you, we came from like the like emo pop punk like background, and like with that is like a bunch of angsty like songs and shit that you relate to.
Yeah.
Like even listening to like and this makes sense if you listen to like early Drake. You know what I mean? Like we listened to like things like that, and then like Never Shout Never and like All Time Low.
I love All Time Low. That was my shit.
Oh my god, I just got my All Time Low vinyl record, by the way.
Girls, all that shit. Yeah, I was into all that shit.
But all that stuff kind of reflected, like, obviously we're at a age, like you said, we're like influenced.
Yeah.
So it's by music, by art, by all
the
that
funny
stuff.
thing is, my friends started getting into that like
later. I remember
late high school. And I was on this wave like in
yeah.
But yeah, I would always on Twitter. I mean, I wouldn't say I regret it because it's of its time. Like if that's how I was feeling, that's how I was feeling. But I was very angsty on Twitter, and right now I'm like I'm not like that anymore. But listening to like Justin Bieber, I was down with the JB. I was listening to JB.
Oh, I love Justin Bieber back in the day. My World 2.0.
And
damn good.
And I wore skinny jeans also. I started wearing skinny jeans in like I want to say like even 6th grade, 7th grade.
Yeah.
And the point I'm trying to get to is that for some reason my friends would definitely make fun of other people for that in our group.
Yeah.
For like indulging that type of behavior. But for me, they never did.
Yeah.
Which was really weird. I don't know, it's because I was older. They respected me. For some reason, I had some respect with the boys. And I remember specifically one of my good friends. At the time, I think we were at the rinks, the ice skating rink. In the 6th grade, we always go there every Friday. And I remember him. This stuck with me for some reason. He said, he's like, "Hey, Steven," I was like, because they're having a conversation about skinny jeans, and they're like, "Oh, look at this kid, like some random kid. I don't know." It's like, look at him wearing skinny jeans, like he's such a, all the words that people would say. And he said, but except for you, Steven, like you wear skinny jeans, but you can rock it. I don't know, you look sick in them. He said that, and I was like,
interesting.
Yeah, I was like, interesting.
I wonder if he actually felt that, or if he was trying to save face.
I don't know. No, knowing him, he was a really genuine dude.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't. I don't think he was the one in the middle of that conversation, or he didn't initiate it. He was kind of just associated with, they're just having a conversation and got brought up, and then he said that to me, and he was a really cool dude. But yeah, what is with that, the societal pressure or the peer pressure of just being tough? Like, why is it that important at the time? Why
being
is it cool?
tough, adhering to like the certain image standards and all that stuff. I remember back in the day, so I started wearing skinny jeans around freshman year, but that was because I actually got really into skateboarding.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the culture.
That being said, I don't think anyone, skinny jeans weren't necessarily hated on at that time, at least for me, that I could think of, or at least in my circle and all that. I want to believe once you go up to higher grades, you'll probably be shit on by like college club goers or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're probably still wearing baggy jeans or whatever, or kind of straight fit jeans instead of slim fit or all that stuff. But the one thing that I got quote unquote judged on, and then it became ubiquitous, was V-necks. So I started wearing V-necks, and I remember that was and I remember it took me some courage to kind of buy it, and not in the sense that I was gonna get judged, but I'm sure anyone could relate to kind of changing up your attire in a way that you've never done before.
Yep. So
it's the first time as of right now, I dress very anime streetwear kind of stuff.
There you go.
And the first time I bought an anime shirt, anime streetwear shirt from various companies or whatever, it's oh, there's a whole new step. And I think I went in full force, I bought 5 shirts or whatever and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm ready to change my attire to something that represents me as a person. But anyways, I dressed up in, I think I bought I think it was just a black or a white plain V-neck, and I remember some dude called me gay or whatever, and I was like, come on, man.
That reminds me, remember the time we went to New York Comic-Con? And he was cosplaying as a scout or
I was just a random scout
from Attack on Titan, and or some lady was she said some crazy shit.
She was just she literally asked me if I was gay. It was dude, she was this crackhead chick.
Yeah.
Just classic New York. Just a bum, kind of just chilling out front of a store and all that. But she asked me if I was gay.
Yeah.
And she was because if you are, you're going to hell. And I'm
we're Jesus Christ. We just kept walking.
We're just ignore. That was awful.
Yeah. Facepalm.
But little things like that where it's just because I wore white jeans, and just had the little straps on and all that.
Strap on? But no, I was
I was wearing a strap on.
But why is this a thing growing up? Even now though, why is this even why do people care so much? What's no skin off my back? I don't care what you dress as or do or whatever. I
don't know. It's just I really think it's just kind of a lot of it goes to pop culture and fashion, I guess, fashion designers and all that stuff, and the way that they push out stuff, and kind of it's kind of back in the day there was Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
And you were just a tough guy if you wore Ed Hardy kind of thing. It was tough guys made for tough guys.
I never got influenced into wearing that because I remember that was a thing too, especially with the Jersey Shore craze going on.
Yeah.
I never really.
I thought Ed Hardy was so whack.
Yeah, me too. But I didn't judge people that wore it. But I definitely knew some people that started wearing it because of Jersey Shore was blowing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I remember in my head thinking in the moment, why? Why are you doing this? I didn't judge him or think any less, but I was like, is this really what you want to wear?
Yeah.
And I remember, I mean, I guess a similar thing happened to me where I get influenced by wearing more sports attire, but I liked it because like in 6th grade or like elementary school, and even intermediate, all I would wear is jeans because I don't know. I think I was self-conscious of my legs or something. I don't really know what it was. Maybe I wasn't athletic at the time, or no, I was. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just didn't like my legs or something.
Well, to me, I wore jeans every goddamn day. Like I was like almost made fun of it for it. It was like it was like I went to sleep in them. A hot day, I'm wearing them. Going to play in the snow, I'm wearing them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Me too.
And that's like all I would do. I just felt comfortable, and to this day, I still like sleep in my jeans.
No, I do not do that.
I still sleep in my jeans.
Do that.
I still sleep in my jeans. Sometimes the only time I do it is when I have a super exhausting day.
Yeah.
And I'll go into bed and I'll unbutton my pants and I'll unzip my pants so it's like super loose down there, and I'll just cuddle up in the sheets. It's so comfy.
No shot.
It's so comforting to me. I love it.
But I remember one time there was a lockdown event in my intermediate school, and what that is everyone that signs up for the event, they could come to the school late at night and spend the night there and all that shit. And I remember because I think at the time I never really slept in I wouldn't say never slept in jeans because as a kid I probably did, but during the time I would sleep in shorts and shit. And I remember we had to go change in the shorts and stuff, and I switched to my shorts, and we went to the gym because we were getting ready for bed, but we didn't go to our designated sleeping areas. And I remember sitting down with some girls and some dude. No, I think it was just girls. We were just talking, and I remember they looked at my legs, and I felt so embarrassed. They said, "Ew, like what's wrong with your legs?" I said, "What?" And they said it's so like white and dry, and I was like, "Oh, that like killed me inside."
Wow. Wait, what grade is this?
I think this is 7th or 8th grade.
Okay, you still have room. You still have room to grow. That's
I had
fine.
room to grow for sure. And I had a really crazy pimple that night, and I was so subconscious that night. It was the worst. It was the worst. But I think I don't know if I was influenced or maybe I just liked the style because I did like the style, but I started wearing more sports attire and more Nike.
Mm-hmm.
That was the wave. Everyone wore like shirts.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. I don't think I ever got to just do it, but I did get some other corny shirts like I don't know, like swavy and like that was yours, but I wore it.
I remember when that was the term, swavy. That was a really cool shirt. That was the red one.
Shit like that. But now I would never wear. Like I would wear those shirts to bed or like practicing dance or workouts for sure. But like actually wear it as an outfit in the public. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's not wrong. You wear what you want. I don't care. But personally, I couldn't in good conscience walk out the door with like, let's go to a party and I'm wearing a shirt that says like swavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just no shot. But I was definitely influenced like that, and I think this goes back to the tough mentality. It's just it was so weird to me.
Yeah.
And how like, oh, you have to work out, right? And I don't know, I didn't start working out until like I joined track. That's when like you kind of had to.
Yeah.
Pump and iron, all that bullshit. But everyone always wanted to be tough, and like listen to like either rap or like rock and roll, which I love. I love music, dance obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone always tried to keep up the image of being tough. And if you didn't, I remember at the time, even if you did lift and you were trying to be tough or get tough or
you're comparing numbers and all
that. Everyone was comparing numbers, and it wasn't like a group like, oh, we're just trying to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, I feel like now in this day and age, like, oh, nice, like we're getting stronger. Let's get it.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I was like, dude, you're such a pussy. That was always the term.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're a pussy. That's it. You're a pussy. I'm like, bro, it's really not that serious. Can we just get better together? And that's the way I thought back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was always self-conscious because I started working out late, so I had to build my way up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never always the biggest dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was strong, but I wasn't the biggest dude. So all these people that have been working out, and I would always feel not mad self-conscious, but once again, they respected me, so they never said anything.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they would say things to other people. So I'm like, dude, I feel so uncomfortable working out right now and like trying to get my weight up or whatever. And I don't know, it's just weird.
Hmm.
And I guess the reason for this topic, I'll say at the end, but the reason I wanted to talk about this topic because I wanted people to maybe take something away. And if people are young, I wanted them to take away that, like, dude, just like chill, just be you.
It's not that serious.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
Like life is meant to be fun. Like, just enjoy it. But like as you were talking, I was thinking, I'm like, I think honestly, and like, there's no doubt with no shadow of a doubt in my mind that people are just selfish. And just in today's day and age, they're also just even more selfish than usual. We are so to ourselves and we're so into ourselves.
Yeah.
That
maybe insecurities.
Part of it could be insecurities. That I think that like anything to get the edge up on someone to make you feel bigger or better.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I think that's the kind of part of that, especially with like fashion stuff. So when you call someone a pussy, you're like, by saying you're a pussy and I don't do that, I'm not a pussy.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I think that's the reason why that makes people feel better, especially if you go into like weightlifting, and you're like, haha, he could only lift this much when I could lift this much. Like it's always it's always a dick measuring contest.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah. That's definitely a reason why I have been hesitant in the past to like go to like a public gym versus just working out on my own at home and all that shit. Because I don't even want to deal with that shit. Because growing up and hearing it, I was just like, oh my god, this is just so like, rolling my eyes. Because like, I'm not gonna lie, all my friends are kind of like, they would be seen as the jocks, like kind of douchey.
Yeah, they were gym heads.
Yeah, but they're really cool. Once again, really cool to me. I'm not taking anything away from them. I hope they're doing good in life right now. They're great people for sure. But yeah, I mean, I can move on to the next one if you got.
No, that's it. Go.
There was another big thing. This is a big one. I want all the kids to be listening to this one. There was such a big pressure on virginity. My goodness.
That's literally any generation. Any generation has it. Yeah.
But I'm here to tell the people, if you're out there, you know.
Do you have any like people bragging and stuff?
Yeah, I'll get to it. But I'm just trying to say it's okay, bro. It's okay. It's okay, dude. And the funny thing is, right? I remember there's this one kid. I'm not gonna say any names. I'm not gonna say any names, but there's one kid that was always like the butt of the joke, and everyone would always make fun of him for being a virgin. That was the joke, like blah
That's
blah,
it?
like so and so's a virgin, and then the virgin. That was always the thing. Like,
yeah,
that was always the thing. Like at parties and shit, like blah blah blah. It was like, but you're still a virgin, all that stuff, and that people always use that as an insult. I'm like, dude, it's fucking. I remember thinking at the time. I'm not gonna lie, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't laugh. No, that shit was kind of funny.
Yeah, you vibe off everyone.
And I mean, to be fair, we're all boys. We're not soft, right? We're all boys. It's funny, but like J. Cole says, there's always some truth to the joke, and there's definitely. I know they're joking and we're all boys and laughing. It's funny, but at the same time, it's like they kind of really do care about this shit. And I remember when people lost their virginities, in high school. I remember seeing people being like so worried about this, like where like, oh, what do I do, blah blah blah, all this bullshit, you know, the usual protocol, if you will. And I remember after they would get the job done, if you will, they would be acting like the man and shit.
Oh, absolutely.
And on top of that, they would go in because they would get ragged on beforehand, and afterwards they would start ragging on the other people.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah, and once again, it never happened to me because I don't fucking know why.
6 seconds of your life, and all of a sudden you're acting like the big bad.
It was so weird to me. Even at the time, I thought I don't know if anyone else did, and maybe I was just ahead of my thinking, or maybe they were thinking this, but they kind of just all went with it. But I remember at the time, and I never ever put the pressure on anyone saying like making fun of them for being virgins or being a pussy for not doing whatever. I never put anyone down, never, because that was just not in my blood to do that. Imagine I did one time. There's someone thinking out there like, this mother. I don't think so though. I don't think so. No, there's no shot.
It's like that dance anime is like Steven is like, I like their content, but that one time he said that one thing. No,
I don't think so. I really don't think so. Maybe I don't know.
Dude,
I don't think so. No shot.
I remember, like, I don't know if you were there. Like, were you part of that like speech? It was one of my friends' like brother. We were over in Rhode Island, and he like started crying, and it was just like because like,
oh, I don't know if I was there or not, but I do remember this.
And it's just weird. Like, he didn't just start crying out of nowhere. He's like, but like. Being a young teenager, 16 to 18ish, I think.
Yeah.
And we went multiple times. You included in some of the trips. And like the ultimate goal there was to, one, have fun, but 2, having fun was like, let's go get some girls, right?
Yeah.
Like let's go like just hang out, even if there's like no sex involved, like even if it wasn't even that, like just to be in the vicinity of a girl was just so comforting.
Yeah.
Because that's like such a like a change of pace kind of thing. And that's not to say I didn't have like any girlfriends, but like, you know, we had like a fucking like fraternity almost. Like we had like 30 like mutuals of like boys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember like one time, like I forgot how it led to it, but he like started crying because he was just like, dude, like I can't get any girls, like, and like I think the main focus of it was like, dude, like I'm a virgin. I'm like, I'm fucking like he's like, I'm like this, you know, X years old,
Yeah.
and I'm still a virgin. He's like, that shit fucking, and he was crying. And like,
Thank God I was never like that.
and I felt bad because he was super soft spoken. He was like kind of shut in, played games. I
did feel bad.
And like,
For the people that cared, like, and seeing them like that sucks.
And like the thing that makes it awful is that like we literally said, no, like I think we said it from like our hearts, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But then they're like, no, but dude, like, you know what I mean?
And that's like,
that's the worst. I feel bad. I'm like, dude, it really doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. Like you could lose at any age you want. Like it's such a like false like status to achieve that gives you importance.
Yeah, right.
Kind of thing. And like it's all from movies. Again,
for sure the culture.
It moves
to
pop culture.
For sure.
You know how many teen movies like they were just like, we're gonna lose
Even
our virginities like this summer, yeah.
Music videos, you know,
all that stuff. It's like we're so ingrained in like sexuality and like the ultimate goal in life, or like one of the ultimate goals of like being a man, being a woman, maturity and all that stuff is like to lose your virginity, to finally have sex, do things that like adults do and all that.
And porn is rotting everyone's brains.
Oh god damn.
Like holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy I was never really like that. I'm sure it was in the back of my mind, but it was never like, dude, how do you get late? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of just like when it happened. And I was like, okay, cool. But
so this is the sex.
so stupid. But yeah, I mean, once again, I'm not saying that like. I mean, boys will be boys, girls will be girls, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're at that age, for sure, it's normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not saying that's weird or you guys are like idiots for thinking that way.
I think for the most part, the majority of all of this is fine as long as we could grow past a certain point. Obviously, we're still growing as people around like even high school. Like you're growing each year, you're a different person, like drastically different. You know, one year I was like into hip hop, like, and then one year I was into pop punk and like I dressed hip hoppy, and then the other, you know what I mean? And that's like always going to be like a part of you kind of thing. But like being able to like look back and be like, wow, that was really shitty. Maybe I should teach the next generation, like if I have kids or whatever, like to teach them, no, it's okay. You know what I mean?
That's the point of this topic. But yeah, I remember thinking back in the day, I thought that way though. The same way I do. I was very much, I always say this, and maybe I'm lying, but I always say I thought very much, at least very similar to the way I still think now. I kind of knew who I was from the beginning. I never really changed up. My personality has always been pretty much the same in my way of thinking. And I remember during those times where I was doing that, I'm like, sure, this is normal. Like this is absolutely normal for this age and everyone. But I remember thinking like to myself, like, why do you guys care so much? I always said that, dude. I don't know the amount of times I said that to myself in high school, like to myself, like at parties and shit. And there was a lot of parties that I went to. Not a weird flex, but it was just. I remember thinking at all these parties, like, you guys care so much about all this shit that really doesn't. I don't know. For me, it didn't matter as much as it does to you guys. Like, it's life or death. Yeah. And that's pretty much all I got on this. Yeah. I can move on to the next one.
I guess going back to, like, the brother and all that, like, just the way that, like you saw, like, were you there or not? Or
what?
At this story that I'm telling about the friend's brother over in Rhode Island. Were you there talking about that? Or
I can't remember. I remember it happening.
It's been so long.
It's been so long. I remember it happening, but I don't know if it's through word of mouth or if I was there.
But like, so, like, just the fact that like this is how ingrained in like pop culture and in the you know, going back to like you saying that like people acting like they're the man and all that, and that's how like just deeply like seated it just like went into this kid. And just like that was all that mattered to him. Like that was like the like I have self-importance like if I just lose my virginity.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys that the kids out there, like, it doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't.
Like, you don't got to be tough. You just got to be you. You know what I mean? Straight up. You got anything?
For what?
More on the virginity?
No.
So next I want to talk about going deeper into this, I want to talk about the influence of drinking and
Schools should hire us. Let me tell you.
alcohol and
I feel like I'm at like a PTA meeting. It's
alcohol
great.
and drugs.
Yeah.
So for the record, I've never done a single drug in my life. I was like, whoa, what the?
I snorted a line before this.
And you hear that, Mom?
I didn't do it. I haven't done a drug ever.
You hear
either.
that, Mom, Dad? No, but I've never done a single drug, and I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm better than you guys. That's not what this is. I'm just saying, I was around a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
And once again, I had great friends. No one ever pressured me to anything, and not even like my friends were doing it, but like friends of friends. Because let's be honest, when you go to a party, not just your friends are there. The whole school's there, dude.
Yeah, it's like a lot of. It's like your like acquaintances and like people you haven't even met, possibly.
So my friends, my friends weren't doing crazy shit. They were just being teenagers.
Yeah.
They weren't doing crazy shit. But I remember
alcohol, weed.
Yeah, I was like, why is there such a pressure with this? And to bring it back to what we were saying before, there was like, yo, if you don't do this, if you don't take a hit of this, if you don't drink this, dude, you're a pussy. And I'm like, it's like, dude, come on, just do it, you pussy.
You've heard this.
I've heard this.
Wow.
Like, don't be a bitch, dude. Dude. But it wasn't like their first time. Like they've done it before, and they're like, I'm not really feeling it right now. But like, come on, dude, don't be a bitch. Remember that last time we whatever.
Yeah.
I've heard shit like this before.
Interesting. I've never heard this in my life.
For sure. It was boys being boys, right? It's like, dude, don't be a pussy. But I know they're like half joking, because at the end they're not gonna force him. At the end of the day, they're like, whatever, like just joking around. But like once again, with every joke, there's some truth. And I'm like, why are you guys doing this? None of my friends. Once again, none of my friends. At parties, the whole fucking school goes there, and I'm seeing like the other people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, guys, what the hell? What is this?
I think like honestly,
so weird.
Honestly, it's kind of sad in a way, because I feel like this deep, almost like, oh, I used to be innocent too kind of thing. Because there's been a lot of times I've been like, because I enjoy people's company. I'm not afraid of marijuana. I'm not afraid of like any drugs. Like if someone put a fucking bag of coke right here, I'd be like, oh shit, that's coke.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, okay, like whatever. Like as long as it's not going into me,
yeah,
I'm fine. But like, I've been offered weed more times than I can count on both of our hands. And like I think almost every time I'm like, oh no, like I don't
smoke. Yeah,
I just don't smoke.
Yeah.
And they'll follow up as anything. Like
yeah,
like no. And he's like, and immediately after that, like I always get like this, like, dude, that's super cool.
Yeah,
that's respectful. And like to me, I'm like, do you just like want to be pure? Like, are you? It's like it's almost like they went down this rabbit hole, and it's like it's too late.
that was weird, right?
It's too late for me.
Wasn't that weird?
It's kind of like it's too late for me. I love this shit too much. I remember when I was at where you were, kind of thing.
I mean, I didn't think of people more like less or more. It was like, it is what it is. If you're into it, whatever.
But it's super cool of them to react like that, to be like, oh no, cool, yeah, okay, cool. Which it should be that way. It should be that way.
Yeah, I never
pressure anyone into anything.
Yeah, I never got pressured at all, like ever, which is really really cool. But the only reason I brought this one up is because I remember like I don't really like drinking that much. I don't really drink that much unless it's like for a special occasion or celebration, or if the vibe is right. If I read the room and the vibe is right, like we celebrated for the pop off when I won that. I was sick.
Yeah.
We started drinking, obviously, responsibly, and but I remember growing up, this actually did kind of affect me a little bit, where like everyone's drinking, everyone like looks like they're having a good time. Like if you're like take this shot, you pussy. Like you hear that all in the background and shit, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would always feel weird. I remember like when we first started getting the parties, like when alcohol first started to get introduced into the parties, it was like I would feel weird just being there and not drinking anything, and seeing everyone like do that and like go like out of their, like not out of their mind, like in a different mind state, and everyone's like on the same like vibe, I guess.
Yeah, you're just like it's almost as if you're on a different plane of existence. I've had like a lot of friends like that like would just get high, and like I'm the only sober person in the room, like straight up.
Yeah, and it feels weird.
And it feels like you're just like,
it's like, why am I even here?
It's like babysitting almost, and like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like it's almost like, and I'm not comparing them to like toddlers, but like it's picture like you're in a room full of toddlers. Like it's almost like they think differently.
Yeah.
Like that's not to say that they're immature or anything. Like it's just like they have a different mindset of thinking that I can't like attest to.
Yes.
Like I'm like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, even if you want to remove toddlers, it's like different like generations. Like I don't know why the boomers think why they think. I don't know why the Gen Z thinks why they think. Like I just know what the millennials think and why I think it, because I'm part of that kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
The only thing we could do is listen and try to understand, and that's about it. It just you don't feel like you fit in. That's all it is.
Yeah, and I remember that actually got to me. That feeling of not fitting in, that to the point where I would not force myself, but I'd be like, all right, let's just get a drink. You know what I mean? I was like, let's just drink something.
Give me a beer.
Yeah, like, and I'm like, everyone's by senior year, everyone's like freaking blacking out at this point. In senior year, everyone's going crazy, and I'm like,
yeah, they're like, I remember like one of your friends threw like dirt at my car.
and I'm like,
I was like, what is this?
I was like, what is this? Like, why are you guys like doing this right now? Like, why are you guys blacking? I'm like, dude, you're like 16. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
in my head.
Again, that's why they say drink responsibly, and that's why the age is where it is.
True.
Honestly, because it's people like you.
No, but I definitely would get affected, and I would be like, all right, let's just drink. And then to the point where like, let's every party, I have to have something or else I'm weird. I gotta drink something or else I'll feel weird, and then. So I would drink occasionally. I wouldn't go like crazy blackout because that's just not me. So I stuck true to my guns, but I did drink a little bit, and it was enjoyable. It was funny moments for sure. But that definitely did affect me. But I got comfortable with it, and I was like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah.
And now, like having lived that, now I'm like, I don't even drink at all. It's funny.
Yeah, you
I
don't.
like you drink more as like a kid.
Yeah,
a
you know what the funny thing is that like you're not like the only one. Like I know like a lot of people like, even though if they still drink now, like the big meme is like I was able to like crush a 32 pack back when I was in high school.
Yeah, people take pride in that shit.
And then like, but it's like if you ask like most adults today, like around like my age and stuff, it's funny because we like the biggest joke is that like we talk about like, man, back in the day we used to crush that shit. It's like we'll have like 1 or 2 beers and we're like, dude, I'm buzzed.
Yeah.
Or like I'm drunk straight up. But I remember back in the day I used to because I drank to like get drunk. I don't do that anymore. Because I enjoy my whiskey. It's more of like a byproduct. It's funny because I don't really like drinking.
I hate like beer. It tastes so gross to me.
I enjoy-ish, beerish kind of but like I think whiskey.
Yeah, I do like
whiskey is. Do you like whiskey?
Yeah, I do like it.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoy it. I enjoy it way more than beer.
Really?
Yeah, way more.
Okay. Because there's just so much like nuance and flavors going on in it. Like that's why like I really like love it and all that. And like that's the reason why I drink it. Like not to experience the taste and the flavors and all that, not being drunk or like getting a buzz or whatever is like the byproduct of it.
Yeah, not really a beer guy.
But back in the day, it was just like, let's just fucking turn up. And there are times where it's like it calls for the situation.
I'm like, I'm happy that you did that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like let's like we just won whatever game on a Friday night. It's like that's pretty cool. I like the spirit.
Because it releases your inhibitions. And all
I like
that.
the spirit. I like it.
Yeah, as long as you do it responsibly.
Yeah, but then people go on to brag like, yo, I like shotgunning beers and I can down all this. Like you're a lightweight, you pussy. I'm like, what is this? This is such like a dick measuring contest. This is so whack. It's really
again,
not.
It's just like a testing. It's putting people down to make you feel better. It's literally they literally think it's that. But I don't care, dude. I'm a lightweight and a half. I'll have 1 beer. I'm already like buzzed pretty much. Like
And another thing with the drinking thing, I know you get it.
It's cheaper.
I know you get it. I get it too. We get the Asian glow where our face and everything goes red.
Oh yeah.
And I hated that. That
was part of the reason why I didn't want to drink.
Yeah, exactly. That too. And then I remember every time it would happen, people would make you feel weird. Like, dude, you're like, your face is so red. Like, you okay, dude? They make you feel like, I know they're just worried, good intentions, whatever, but I'm like, I hate this.
But it's like, you have seen this 10 times. You know exactly, and I've explained it 10 times. You know exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm Asian. I'm sorry, I'm Asian, dude.
Yeah. But pretty much, if you don't know what Asian glow is that I think there's like a 50% chance that if you're Asian or something like that, or if you are Asian, not something like that, that we don't have an enzyme that breaks down alcohol the way that it should, therefore the body releases like an antihistamine kind of thing, and then you get this kind of allergic-ish reaction, and then through that the face gets flushed and all that, and it's really embarrassing in social situations. So the reason why they draw red on like cartoon characters and anime and all that and show that they're drunk, it's true, it's a real thing. That's why they do it.
Also, I remember with the tough mentality, I remember it was always a thing like, oh, like, we're bored, what do you want to do? This is such a kid thing too, so I get it. But it's like, what do you guys want to do? Oh, let's go ding dong ditching. That's fine. Like that's kind of funny. It's like whatever.
Oh,
ding dong ditching.
Yeah, too many good stories of that.
But then it started to get more real to the point where it's like, let's start smashing mailboxes and like vandalism
inappropriate.
and like
that's awful.
Fucking up cars and all this shit. And I was like,
I saw a lot of people like around your age doing that. I don't think anyone in my grade did either.
And I was like there every time I was there because I was friends with these people. Man, I would feel so uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't even want to be doing this right now. Like, I really don't care about this shit, to keep it blunt. I was like, you guys are having fun. That's cool. Like, it's kind of fun to run away because I loved running. Because I was kind of fast. I always loved to flex that muscle of running. And that's why I did track. But that was the fun part of it for me. But every time we were doing something, I'm like, I don't even want to be doing this right now. Like, this is weird. I never did really any of that shit. I kind of just watched. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, I was always like the
egging and all that, like everything, snowballs, all that stuff.
I was always the responsible friend where I was like, I would always just be sketched out. I was that friend where I was like, dude, like, come on, let's go. Like, no, like, we already got one. Like, let's go. I'm done. And like, I would just get two, like, my butterflies would go up. I got pee and all that. Like, no, it's not good. That was me.
Like, were we normal? Or were we ahead of the curve?
No, just some people, I don't know. Like, we live in like Connecticut. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. Kids are just bored. Like, what is there to do around here besides look at monuments and like?
And once again, if any of my friends are watching this, I didn't think any less of you guys. It just wasn't my thing.
Yeah,
just wasn't my thing. But I do remember this. Now this I judged people for. This was weird. I remember it was kind of meme, and I think it actually happened though. Everyone was always stressing they wanted to do a line of coke off some girl's ass.
A specific girl's ass?
Yeah, a specific girl's ass. And I think it actually happened. Like, one dude did it. And I wasn't in the. I was like, I don't fucking care about this shit.
Yeah.
But I remember everyone stressed it. That was the meme. Like yo, we're gonna do like you're going to the party. We're gonna do that off her ass. All this shit. I was like, you guys are putting. I'm like, bro, you guys are like 16. Like, shut the fuck up. Stop acting like you're like adult party goers or whatever. Yeah. And it was, I don't know, it was weird shit. And I was like, I don't know, just. Growing up, I just felt like my values were just like completely somewhere else than what everyone else was doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you guys actually want to do this? Or are you guys just trying to be cool? Like, do you guys just want to feel tough again? And that was just an incident where I was like, oh my God, like, I can't.
I don't know. I feel like it's in this, like, I feel like it's just like the thrill of the chase, I guess. I'm trying to put better words into that. It's like, it's just like thrill chasing almost. It's like what's like the next one.
Yeah.
And because I've been like a while at like a lot of parties before, and it's like I know exactly what that feeling is in your gut, that you're just trying to chase your vibe, and you feel so elated almost. That's like the word for it. And it's just like, I need that high. Like let's chase that high. Let's chase that high. What's the next one? I
got it in like different ways. But it was never like shit like that.
But I want to assume that feeling like was pretty universal to like why they're acting like this, and like it's just like anything that is out of the norm and like is illegal.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's going against the grain and all that, and every generation has done it. Like if you think about like back in like the like 60s, 70s, and all that, and think about like rock and roll music and how parents were just like, this is the music of the devil kind of thing, and then you go into like the 80s, same shit.
No, it's funny. I'm gonna cut you off. You getting finished? Or?
Yeah.
It's funny you said going against the grain. The way I always thought, and I kind of still do. It's like, I don't know how to explain this. It's like going against the grain is so popular that
it's not going against the grain.
It's not going against the grain. So what I was like, it's so like going against the grain purposely is so try hard. And to me, it's like, it's so corny and like whack.
Yeah, finesse it.
That, yeah, you gotta do it like subtly or whatever. Then that's kind of cool, I guess. Not my style. But I felt like I would always go against the grain. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm cool for not following the crowd and doing what everyone's doing and going against the grain. I'm going against the grain by not going against the grain, going against the grain, You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Once again, I'll reiterate. If you if any of my friends are watching this, it's fine. I didn't think of you guys differently. This was just my mind state at the time. And maybe now that if you guys know this, it'd be like, oh, no wonder why. That's why Steven was the way he was. And he's cool for that, I hope. But for the kids, or even people that are our age, like, just be you, man. Don't be tough. Don't put other people down. It's just be you. And you're chilling. We're all chilling, man. We're in this shit together. That's the way. I don't know. That's the reason I brought up this topic.
Okay.
Because we were talking about the elementary school. I was like, let's just let me. Then I started thinking about shit. I was like, let me get
go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I went down the rabbit hole. Anyways, that's it.
Anyways, my topic. So my topic is I was going back and forth between different topics. I don't know which one was like the right one to say and all that, but
right.
I landed on losing interests in certain things, and the reason why I say this is because we are the Dance Anime podcast. We're Dance Anime, and if you were an early adopter and fan of this channel, thank you for your support.
Yep.
But we had Doki Doki Anime Club, right?
Yes, sir.
Which was our anime podcast, our bi-weekly anime podcast that posts each and every other Friday. I remember that. And eventually, slowly but surely, we just kind of fell out of it. People got busy. Kayla does like retail and all that, which was like my co-host. But eventually with that, like, even if me and her were free, we had nothing to talk about besides like the news or anything. Like usually, like we would talk about like what we're watching and all that. Mm-hmm. I fell out of anime for like so hard, and it's just like no, it doesn't really like excite me in a way, or like I guess I'm losing motivation to start one and start many.
Oh, it's so hard for me to that. It's so hard for me to start watching.
Yeah, and anime. I'm sure like once I'm in.
Yeah, that's how it usually is.
But I like getting that motivation to like actually go through it, and then like not only that, like if we go to like video games, which is like another subset of this channel, like we talk about video games and we love video games. Like there's no like hiding behind that fact.
Yep. Video games are
and I kind of
in my heart.
I know you game a lot more, but like I fell out of it. It's just like I'll start a game and it's like I'm not feeling. I think only like just.
I kind of did that too, though. Go finish.
Just recently, like obviously, I just played Celeste, and like honestly, that has been hitting the spot. Hitting the spot. I'm gonna play like after this, but like but in the general like consensus was that like I play a game here and there, not too much for a long time. I was trying to play Resident Evil 8 before that shit the bed. I think I want to go revisit that just on my own time now. But just like little things like that, and it's just like. How do you remedy that? And like, have you haven't had any stories of like falling out of of various interests?
Of
like,
course,
yeah. And then like, because like right now it's like I feel like there's like this overstimulation kind of thing with like digital media and all that. Like, even like shows and movies aren't really like hitting me the way. I actually just picked up like books. Yeah, I just started reading, and that's like the fix I need actually. So I think it's gonna reset me, hopefully.
Yep.
But. I'd love to hear some of your stories.
I mean, it's hard for me to always. I back in the day, I would always watch anime. I loved anime, just as much as you did. But I feel like nowadays, I don't know what happened to me, man. I just don't. I have like no motivation to start up an anime, and start up, even like movies and stuff. And even when people are getting hyped about it, I'm like, is it that cool?
But is it hype?
Yeah, but I always have that doubt in my head. Like, even our friends are like hyping up something, and I'm like, and I kind of feel like a dickhead. I'll be completely honest. I feel like a dickhead because they're getting hype and like, yo, you should watch this. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And usually, I think it's going in with that mindset too, where I'm like, okay, let's try this. Let's see if it's actually that shit. And I'll be watching it, and then maybe it's the mindset or something. But then I watch it, I'm like, it's kind of underwhelming. Like, it wasn't really that cool, and I kind of feel like a asshole for that, but. I don't know what it is, and I don't know the solution to getting back into interests, but like when it happens, and I definitely enjoy it. I actually just started watching out of nowhere, I don't even know why, I started watching Gantz, which is kind of not even the good. It's not even like amazing or bad, it's just like alright.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I've been enjoying it for some reason, and it's kind of out, like the shit that happens in there is pretty
gnarly.
Pretty gnarly, and especially for today's day and time, some great, yeah.
The thing is, like, back in that time, the anime was, like, so raw, and they weren't afraid to go there.
Yeah, they weren't. But, yeah, losing interest even happens to me with dance all the time. I don't know what it is. Even video games has happened to me. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I'm just like, I just feel uninspired, or I guess dance is more specific. I feel uninspired, or I don't want to do something. Maybe I'm self-conscious or something. So that's kind of another topic. But for even for video games, I remember in like 2017, 2016 maybe. I do go through some periods where, even right now, I'm kind of going through a period where I just don't play any games. I don't want to play any games at all, unless they're ones that speak to me, like my favorite games, like Final Fantasy VII Remake June 10th or whatever. Gonna stream it on Twitch.tv. No, but I'll probably stream it when that shit hits midnight.
Yeah.
Certain games like that will bring me back into the mix, but I always felt bad too, and also felt like an asshole when our friends are talking about some game or hyping it up, even you, like for example God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, and I go in and I play these games and everyone's hyping it. Same thing with anime. I go into it, I was like, is this really what you guys are like freaking out about? And granted, I hardly dented God of War. I'll definitely get back to it when the sequel comes out, and I'm sure it's a banger, along with the entire world confirming that it is a banger. Same thing with Ghost.
I'll have you know, my recommendations, they don't miss. Do they miss? Because I very seldomly recommend something. Very seldomly. When I do, is that the right word, seldomly?
That's like
more?
Yeah. No, less.
Less. Okay, cool. Seldomly. I very seldomly recommend shit. Like
I even recommend shit even less.
Yeah. Like anime and like games, because I know what I like, but I have to like be so sure to recommend stuff that like I know it's gonna hit. Like I think the last thing I recommended to you was Undertale.
And that became one of my favorite games of all time.
Absolutely.
I could even, I don't want to get into it, but it could even be one of the best. But I love that game. Yeah, great game.
I just beat it. Oh, so
it's
good.
A great game. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Everyone hypes all these games and anime or whatever, and I go into it, and then everyone's like, "Yo, how was it? Did you like it or whatever?" And I hate doing it. I really do.
It was fucking trash.
I see it for what it is, because I'd like to think I'm not blind by my whatever the hell I'm going through, but I'm just like, yeah, it's cool, but like right now it's just not hitting. It's not for me. That being said, I was gonna say this before, that I've hardly dented God of War. I'm sure it's a banger. The world thinks it's a banger. Same thing with Ghost. And when I'll probably get back to these games before the sequels come out, if there is a sequel. And I'll get to it anyways, if not. And I'm sure there'll be bangers. And one thing that kind of ruined it for me, is kind of a segue, was that around the time of, I forget why God of War, maybe just college, going back and forth, because I was like, what, 2018 or whatever? 2017? I don't know, whatever.
Around there.
I was in college, and I was thinking maybe it just wasn't the vibe. I was just playing like quick games, like a BR, like a Fortnite or a Call of Duty quick match, one more, instead of a narrative experience. And I remember the thing that happened with Ghost was that I literally just got off of playing The Last of Us 2, which I personally really liked a lot.
I fucking adore that game.
Yeah, you love that game.
Adore that game.
It was funny. This is not going to become a Last of Us thing. Real quick, though. I remember playing that game was so weird because I was wishy-washy. I was going back and forth. You
were going through it. I remember.
Yeah, every single night I would come to you and say something opposite of what I said yesterday.
Yeah.
It was super weird.
I remember, yeah, you were so wishy-washy. You were so like, no. Actually, no, it's really, well.
Yeah, I was really wishy-washy. But when the credits rolled, I was like, no, this
is the one.
This is the one. And I don't want to make this a Last of Us thing, but I lost my track. And man, that game went into my mind, and it was GG. Well, yeah, okay. So I just got off of that, and I really liked it. And then Ghost comes out, and for some reason, I was like, this just does not. I don't want to cause. This is gonna cause some controversy, but I just like, this is not hitting like The Last of Us 2 was, and it's partially because I don't really. I used to love, but right now I kind of don't really / don't have time for open world games. It kind of wasn't my vibe, and at the same time that happened, another aspect to me not playing that game was you just started getting to PC gaming, and I started to see like
Sekiro and all that.
Yeah, Call of Duty, 144 frames, and I was like playing like a good amount on your PC, all the frames.
Okay.
Then I went back.
I see where you're going with this.
Then I went back to play Ghost like after all that.
Yeah.
And I was like, Last of Us 2 looked incredible. The facial animations, the frame rate of your PC, and I go to Ghost, I'm like, You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, it's super jarring to go like see ultra settings, 144 hertz, and you go back to like console gaming, like previous gen console gaming 30 frames, and it's just like.
And I feel so bad and guilty because my friends love it, and I'm not like reciprocating the same energy and / or the world is loving it, and it's part of the culture that I very much love, and I'm like,
part of me feels like I would love that shit.
Yeah, I think you would. But yeah, that's an interest that's been on and off. But when it's on, video gaming, when the interest is on, it's on. Like I'm playing like everything. I'm a trophy hunter. If you don't know what that is like collecting all the achievements in a game, all the whatever they may be. And I love getting all the achievements because I think it's just like experiencing the game in full and like everything it has and like all the challenges and everything. Like if you really love a game, I'll go and platinum it, even if it's kind of like easy or whatnot. I think it's getting a platinum is fun as gaming in itself. I think like doing challenges is really fun to me. I like challenging games, and games are kind of getting easier, not easier, but games are kind of easy nowadays because we've been playing games since we were kids, and it's just like
I think they're trying to like cater to like almost everyone.
Yeah, which is fine. But yeah, even like right now, I'm going through a drought with my interest in gaming, and the only thing I'm playing is like Genshin, because I'm not gonna lie, Genshin saved it. If it wasn't for Genshin, I wouldn't be playing shit right now.
Yeah, I'm liking Genshin. I'm playing it at my own pace, and I'm loving it.
Unless my friends hit me up for like some other game, but let's be honest, they don't really. They're doing their own thing. It's whatever.
Yeah,
it's fine. But yeah, Genshin. Like I remember, Genshin came out during the perfect time. It was during quarantine. I wasn't playing any games. It was miserable. I was just sitting home all day, whatever. And then Genshin came out of nowhere, and I was like, I remember thinking like, this might be all right, because I didn't really. I
was so excited for Genshin. I remember like looking into it like
me too,
a year ago or something like that. And
I was hyped for it too, and then I figured out it was a gacha game, and then I was like, oh, I hate gachas. And then I figured out all this. I know everything about the game now. I know all the. I'm AR 56. If you guys know, you know. Like I know everything about everything, and I know the strats to pulling on the gacha. If you know what a gacha game is, it's pretty much like gambling. It's literally a lottery to get like certain characters and weapons that you want.
Pretty much.
But there is a strat to Genshin, and yeah, that game just put me back into the mix. I love that world. I love the music. I love the characters. I like the colors. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
That shit saved my gaming, because during the pandemic when I was doing fuck all nothing and it was miserable, that game would literally help me get back into gaming, and like I feel like my mental health too, because it was just so incredible, just like gliding across everywhere.
And it was like beautiful landscapes.
Yeah, all the beautiful landscapes, the biomes, the music, so good. Do I have a solution to getting back into interest? No, I don't. I do not have that answer for you. Maybe you guys do. If you guys want to answer any tips that how you guys could get back into interest or whatever. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you just need a motivator. But even then, like someone to push you, be like, yo, go back to doing this or doing this, or I mean it. Like I'm thinking specifically of dance. Like yo, go dance. That only goes so far for me. For some reason, it doesn't really push me. Even when people are like, oh, you did so good, and then they kind of forget about it or whatever. And don't really mention dance until you post.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I guess what would help me is friends reaching out. I guess interest in general, reaching out if they have a mutual interest, like video games, and they hit you up and like, yo, let's play this together. I think that gets me back into it.
Yeah.
If someone's like, yo, come over, we should, or even you, it's like, yo, you gotta, you do this a lot, and I always decline you, but like, yo, we should watch this. Like, you should watch this. You should watch this. Like, yo, come over, we should watch this anime together. That would definitely help me get back into shit like that.
Yeah.
And then you start talking about it, and then all of a sudden you have Doki Doki Anime podcast number 300 by doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, I don't really have an answer. Help.
I mean, I want to say it's the overstimulation. Like, if you think about, like, the first time, I guess, like, the first time you played a game ever, right? It's the first time you ever played. It was the most majestic thing ever existed. Now we don't even think about it.
Yeah, now we're spoiled and jaded as hell. I say this to you all the time.
Yeah,
I don't want to get into it.
And even, like, think about, I don't know, say we had a puzzle right here.
Right.
And you do the puzzle once, you're like, wow, it's a damn good puzzle.
I love puzzles, by the way.
And you just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it to the point where you memorize it. It's not fun anymore.
I guess at that point it becomes competitive within yourself to speedrun it. I guess
you have to find certain ways to like make it fun.
Yeah, true.
But that being said, I think that like one, don't go into different avenues of certain things. Like the fact that like games aren't hitting for me, right? Like for the most part, like certain games, a majority of games aren't hitting for me right now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm going into Genshin and I'm barely playing Genshin. I'm going in, I'm getting like my primo gems. That's it. Celeste actually hit really hard, so that might be like a good like kind of game. And I haven't like touched
Bite-sized games will definitely help get back into the narrative solo, like a solo game experience instead of multiplayer.
Yeah,
Friends
especially
hitting you
like
up.
into like compared to like heavy experiences.
Yeah, heavy, whatever, like multi-hour open world experiences where I'm like, I can't really do this right now.
Like heavy deep story
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah, but like
Unless it's like really a game that, what's the word? Something with you. Resonates with you.
oh, okay. So like I think going into like the things that you've never done before, like changing up certain things in your life, I think easily can heighten those certain experiences. So like I barely have time to read, or I don't have time to read because I was playing games and doing all that.
Yeah.
Now they're not hitting, and I'm like trying to look, and you spend the rest of your day like, oh, let's try to play this game. Oh, not hitting. Let me try to play this game. Not hitting.
Right.
I'm gonna try to watch this thing. Not hitting. When you could just be using that to like find a different hobby, or like go like me going into reading. I'm like, dude, this is like stimulating my brain in a way that like that I needed, like compared to like this kind of
Maybe
monotonous kind of thing.
Maybe
changing up
that's
the
a
thing.
solution.
Mhm.
Getting other interests, and then somehow maybe it relates to another interest, or it brings you back to another one some way somehow. That could be a thing.
And like even things like, say, if we're gonna stick on gaming, like if you only play like first person shooter kind of things, like try a rhythm game out.
True.
Just try it. Like,
Games are great. Just play everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why like I felt bad too with this. Well, like my friends hitting me up to play certain games, and I'm like, I don't really know. I've played this for X amount of years. I kind of don't want to do this again. They are fun, but like I'm just on a different wave.
Yeah, that's why you'll see like when, because I'll hype a game up. When I'm like, oh my god, this game fucking slaps. Like usually it'll be the game that just came out of nowhere and that was just so different from everything, art style, all that stuff. So like I'll be playing, your Last of Us 2, your Ghost of Tsushima's, all that stuff, God of War.
Yep.
But then like a little game like Helltaker comes out and I'm like, this is so
That hit.
good.
That
like,
game hit.
This kind of like hard puzzle thing, and the writing is kooky and like
It's bite size, nice.
yeah, the puzzles, and even if I want to throw like even a bigger game out, like It Takes Two.
I love
shaking up
dude,
the
I love that. Such a love letter to just gaming in general.
Yeah.
That was a game that like straight up could revitalize, and it kind of did partially until I had nothing to play because everything's $70 now. But I remember after playing that game, that revitalized me. I was like, damn, gaming is great. Gaming is
like video games are so cool.
yeah. I was like,
sometimes,
gaming
like,
is just incredible. It was such a love letter to like games of the past and everything. I started remembering all these memories from all of these other games I was playing. Incredible. And the best part is it Takes Two. You can only play it with another person.
like that's the only way to play it.
That's the only way to play it. So that added to the experience where I was like, gaming is incredible. I have all these different flavors and tastes, and you could also play with your friends, and it kind of reminded me of like why gaming is so fun. Not to say that solo experiences are bad, but yeah, playing with your friends and just the different flavors in gaming is incredible.
And also, I think just taking a break,
Yeah.
just straight up, just take a break.
Take a break.
I think we can something. We can go out stay.
I got so much on my plate. Yeah.
Shout out to you, Hamilton. But the taking a break, just straight up, just walk away from it for a while. However long,
Q-tip, walk away.
Q-tip, walk away. However long it needs to be. Like I think just walking away from it for a while, like to reset your brain.
No, that's true.
And overstimulation, because I think
It's okay to take a break. Yeah.
because I think the one thing that people always kind of, especially in 2021, is that like if I don't play the next game as soon as it comes out,
You're missing out. Ship sailed. You're out of the loop.
I wasn't even gonna go there. I was gonna go like I'm a fake fan. Like people have this.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Because I used to be like that. I used to be like
I feel
that.
like I still am like that.
I used to be like that.
You call yourself a gamer. You haven't played God of War. You haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn. You haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. You haven't played. I get into that trap too. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like I used to think like that back in early early college to high school, it was like if I did not play the latest game and I couldn't talk about it because I go on to news sites, I go to IGN,
it's part of the culture,
Kotaku, all that stuff.
Part of the culture that we're in.
Yeah. And it's just like if you're not talking about it, you're late, and it's like you're almost like not a real gamer.
It's that FOMO, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you start feeling like you're not a real gamer. Everyone's talking about whatever anime's out right now, and it's just like, well, like I think coming to terms with that, like, okay, I can miss out on certain games, revisit them later despite not being part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Start a new one later.
No, what's the thing that ruined it for me too with God of War is that it accidentally got spoiled for me from my friends, and I was like, maybe subconsciously or maybe definitely that took a toll. I was like, maybe I didn't you know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to go play this game anymore. But I'm
it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
Yeah, no, I definitely. But like, of course, for the first whatever 5 minutes after that the spoiler just happened, you're like, you get so spiteful. Like, I don't even want to play this.
Yeah, I mean that happened to me with like Your Lie in April.
Yeah.
That was like a come on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that was like a big reason why I haven't visited it. I think I will soon. I want to soon. I have a lot of shows that I want to like try to go revisit because I haven't watched like a lot of anime in a while. I've just been doing like live action. I've been watching like Rick and Morty and all that.
Yeah.
Which again, it stuff like that where like I would be going through like anime like no other, to the point where like I think it's almost like it's formulaic, it's boring and all that, to the point where I had to switch it up. I'm like, let me watch more live action Western stuff. So I watched a lot of like Pixar. Like I went through like a Pixar binge. I just watched Mitchell's vs. the Machines.
I love the art style on that.
So good,
so cool.
And then like trying to think, I watched something else. I don't remember, but like just switching it up like that, like, going back to Rick and Morty, that's what I was trying to say. Like, I binge watched the shit out of it, and it hit so hard. And sometimes leaving something to go to another thing and having a big like change of pace is something you need to go back into your hobbies, I think.
Yeah,
because I think
I feel definitely hobbies intertwine with each other by the way of affecting your way of thinking. So I guarantee you went to Rick and Morty and all these other things after watching anime and going through all these arcs and character development and all these themes and stuff, and like you're seeing it in now other media and other things, and you're like, wow, this has just changed the experience in a way that I didn't think would. I mean, you tell me.
I would say it like opens up your mind a bit. It just, again, it stimulates your mind in a different way. It's almost like when you like work out, right?
Yep.
One of the things, I don't know if you know, they say like you can't be doing the same workout every day for like, you have to confuse your muscles. So pretty much if you're doing push-ups like 100 times a day for like X amount of days, eventually your body gets used to it. You're going to get no growth from it. So you have to put in some sit-ups every now and then, or you have to...
you're a pussy.
Or else that's it.
If you're just watching this topic in a vacuum,
watch the previous topic, damn it.
Yeah.
This is your fault for not getting it. But just like little things like that, I think would help do that. At least myself, we've like that has definitely like remedied like that feeling of like, like this is so monotonous, like another anime, okay, let's go get another one, and another one. It's like, another isekai, cool.
Right.
Another show with like,
you're kind of just looking at it at the surface, but it's still tainted.
Yeah, exactly. So just like little things like that, I think would help.
A good example of taking a break, I don't know, when it came to dance, taking a break from dance, but even choreography, I remember in my mind, I think the last time I choreographed something was like, I don't know, like high school. Like I was young, and I said, in my mind, no, I don't want to choreograph yet because I don't feel like I'm there yet. So I'm gonna take a break from that. I'm gonna start learning other people's choreography and learning from that, and I feel like that changed my mentality when it came to choreographing. And then after that, I took a big break from dance in general, but I was still keeping up with the dance community because I love dance. Always watching all my favorite choreographers banging out and stuff. And I feel like that, with taking a break, I would consider that a break, yeah. Taking a break with still consuming like similar media, and then going back into it with all this new knowledge and the break that happened of going back into dance and choreography and doing the IM video that we made. That was revitalizing for sure. I came back and I was like, I remember being here making the choreography and like, wow, this is so different. Like my mind state, my mental, my way of thinking, my mentality, the way I think of concepts and how I can incorporate it into a video with the video's concept and the theme of the song and lyrics, all that stuff was so different from when I was in high school. And I remember making it. I'm like, dude, I feel so revitalized to like go back into this interest of mine that I fell out of, and I don't know, it hit different.
Yeah, you feel motivated. You feel you almost perform better.
It hit different. So maybe that's my example of taking a break.
Yeah,
benefiting a fall off of an interest.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Next topic. So we don't have Kayla here. So
Christine,
what did you say?
Christine Danis.
Christine Danis ain't here. So we had to reach out to the Discord, and we asked you lovely people, what topics you would like to hear. Which, by the way, you could join. Link will be in the description.
Hey.
Please join. We got some wonderful people there. So I want to give a shout out to just like everyone that wrote in. So Gem66 Meg, Ace22, Zeta. Thank you so much for
Easter Zeta. That's our good friend.
Yeah, Chris Frankwitz. If you didn't know, he was on a previous episode.
Yeah.
But so pretty much they wrote like multiple topics. By the way,
Good. Thank you guys.
Like,
You guys are
thank
great.
you.
Gem is a gem.
Gem is a gem.
Support Ace. He's a wonderful artist.
Oh.
He posts in our art section in our Discord. He's
pretty much
bonkers, man.
Pretty much, if you've seen our live stream channel, like you've seen the art of like me. He did that, and by the way, he did it for free. Some dude like we were just like they were like, hey, you should draw Kevin. He's like, okay, I'm on it. And I'm like, I didn't ask for this, but okay.
Yeah.
So now I just have that. So like, thank you.
Support him. He's great.
So I want to go with Ace's topic because he talks about aliens.
Right. This is a perfect segue off of episode 1, which was we filmed last week about ghosts.
About ghosts. So thank you, everyone. I will try to incorporate topics. If you want your topics read, either email me at danceanimekevin@gmail.com, or you could go join the Discord and write in the write-in section. Just because I am not reading your topics does not mean I'm not going to read them in the future. Because I might, like, if we have, like, time and, like, me, you, and, who is it?
Christine Danis. Just call her Kayla.
Christine Danis.
Sorry, Kayla. You're watching this.
So, like, just because I'm not reading it, we'll read it in the future. If we don't have time, if we have time, I'll, like, pull one out.
And if you're dying to ask us something that you want to hear our perspective, hear us talk about.
Yeah.
And you can even get to know us a little better by doing that, then go for it.
So, Ace22, he writes, so along the lines of the ghost topic, and since in the news lately, do y'all believe in aliens or not? And if so, what do you think about them? Would you romance an alien a la Mass Effect? What are your favorite alien from any media, and how do you think the existence of aliens really affect human society? Would we be welcoming or District 9 them? That's a fucking easy answer. Do you think they'll be peaceful or just come and mess us up? Ace22.
That's funny because I was watching Gantz, which is about aliens and stuff. Oh, this is a multi-layered question. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, it is a multiple. So let me get it started. Let me get the conversation started. So it says along the lines of the ghost topic. First of all, do y'all believe in aliens? Do you believe in aliens?
I think my perspective is very much the same as the ghost one, where it's
you don't invite them.
I mean,
that's the answer to the District 9 one.
I don't know about don't invite. Maybe they're cool. Maybe they can help out. I wouldn't be opposed to them. But for the ghost one, I was like, I don't believe in it until I see it, but I'm chilling. Like, I don't need to see it type of thing. Like,
okay.
That's kind of where I'm at, I think.
Well, what do you think they like look like? Are you like thinking like the freaking almond eyes and all green and slimy, looking like Paul from that movie?
I think
Paul.
Initially or instinctively, that's the first one I go to. But then I think about it. I was like, I don't know. It could be literally anything.
It could literally just be like humanoid.
Yeah,
like
it could
humans.
literally. Yeah. Just an advanced, or maybe the opposite of advanced, human structure, human body, anatomy.
Regressed.
Yeah, regressive version.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I would say, I mean, initially it's like that, but then you go to think about it, and you're like, I don't know.
The thing is, I hate these questions because I can never answer them like, yes, I believe them. No, I never, like, it's like, yes, I believe them, and here are the things of why I believe they could be real, and no, because I could believe that this is the, you know what I mean? I guess my mindset is that I believe, I can't fathom that we are the only people and the whole ass universe that is still expanding to this day.
That's a valid take. But my take,
And you're telling me, like, I'm like, think about this. Get this visual. Close your minds.
Yep.
Close your minds. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Go ahead. Close your eyes.
they're closed.
Okay. You, the viewers, close your eyes
They're closed.
and picture picture Earth. Picture Earth as the center of the universe, right? The center of the universe, and think about how far that goes out to our perceivable.
Far out, dude.
Our perceivable like universe, right?
Yeah, right.
And even further to the unperceivable universe.
Right.
And you're telling me all that's like I'm talking light years. This is light years. And you're telling me at the center of the universe, which is Earth, quote unquote,
Right.
we have all this civilization and humans and all that, and you're telling me that's
civilization.
you're telling me that's the only piece of rock with life on it?
Okay.
That's such a hard thing to fathom. You know what I mean?
It is definitely a valid take, and in my opinion, I would not be surprised either way. The way I know life is crazy, science is crazy, things are very specific. I would not be surprised if we were the miracle that somehow this happened. Would not surprise me because once again, science, life is absolutely crazy with miracles. But on the other end of that, what you just said, I would not be surprised with that either. So I don't know.
Now, have you heard of I forgot what the theories are called, but there's a specific like physician, or not physician, not a physician, a physicist, a physicist,
Right.
and he came up with these like there's like I forgot what they're called. It's like they just went by his last name. And it's called like the Emriki something paradox or something like that. And pretty much it's the idea that explains certain theories that can explain whether aliens exist or not.
Right.
And the idea is that there's like the main four is that one, it's just as simple as it is. We're the only humans. We are the only life in space.
Yep.
Number two is that they know we exist, but they're not coming because they know we're not ready to see them.
Right.
Three is that they have limitations. So like I think three, they have limitations whether due to technology or straight up like by the time they come here like us, like if we were trying to go to like light years away, we'd be dead by the time we reach it.
Right.
That's number three. And then number four, they already coexist with us.
Right.
Which one do you think is more plausible? I mean, obviously the most plausible one I think as of right now is like we could just be the only ones. Sometimes it's as simple as answers, man.
What was the second one again?
The second one, I
You
believe.
said third was distance. Second was we're not ready to see them.
Yeah, we're not ready to see them. They know we exist, and they're seeing us right now. Or they know we exist, but they're not coming through because X reasons. Because they think we're not ready, or they think like they're gonna, all that stuff.
It's hard to say, but I think theory 1, 2, and 3 are as equally as plausible.
4, they coexist. That's the scary one.
I feel like 4, I think we would notice by now. We would notice something, or maybe they're
with
just,
all like the phones and all that.
Yeah, we would pick up on something. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying that
Like Men in Black style,
Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think there would be some report, or there'd be something out there that we would have an inkling, or maybe they're just too sick with it.
Yeah,
that could be a thing. But I'm gonna stick with my gut and say maybe 1, 2, and 3 are plausible. 4 is not. So he mentioned the news about UFO with like it was like Barack Obama or something.
I actually
didn't look into it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I didn't click on it. Now I'm regretting. I should have looked into it. I was busy or something.
So search it up right now.
Sure, dude.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, search it up. Because as he searches up, let me talk about this. Because it says, "Would you romance an alien a la Mass Effect?"
I didn't play Mass Effect, but I know they were like
they were
hot.
They were bumping uglies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would.
Yeah, why not?
I would romance an alien. I would.
It's so hard to say because they're not as far as we know, we don't. There's not a thing we don't know about them. We don't know what it entails to, do the thing with them or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't know what comes with that. We don't know.
All I'm saying, if I see an alien and I'm attracted to the alien and she wants to have sex or he wants to have sex, I'm having sex with you. If it's consensual and we're doing it, if
the vibe is right. Candles are lit.
The vibe is right. You got the music going. The
pedals on the floor.
If the alien is literally looking like this, right? Mina, over here from My Hero Academia, it's like, without a shadow of doubt in my mind, I'm doing you. and you're doing me, and we're gonna do this thing together. Now I don't know if you know, because it's funny because we're talking about like virginities and all that. It's like I love sex. Sex is great, and that being said, like I think it's like a really artful thing. Like I don't think it's anything. I think there's like a negative connotation with like sex, right? Having multiple partners and all that stuff, and I think like
Porn.
yeah, like I think it's like it's because of porn and all that, but like I think it's just like it's a normal human thing. I don't know why it has like this negative stigma on it.
Right.
You find anything?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I could see it in both ways. I could see it in its beauty. I could also see it in its, for lack of a better term, ugliness. But about the UFO thing, yeah, it was like there was a video that came out with like Obama. If I recall this correctly, it was like Obama talking about it, and he was like, when he became president, he asked if aliens were real. We have like, he was like, all right, where's the information? Where's our secret hideout or whatever? And as far as he knows, he said that there wasn't any. But then he went through like all the reports, and apparently it says U.S. intelligence agencies are expected to deliver a report on unidentified aerial phenomena to Congress next month. So apparently next month they're gonna unload a bunch of alien information or UFOs, Pentagon UFO information, not aliens, UFO. I don't really know if that's news or not.
Okay.
But apparently there's gonna be a load of information coming about that.
Interesting. That's kind of scary.
We can't ignore this. UFO sightings spark concern far more than just conspiracy theories. I mean, now's not. I can't be digging through the rabbit hole right now, but that's kind of the gist. That there's something awry, I guess.
That's super interesting. That's scary because I'm of the thought where like I swear we know so much about like alien type stuff. Like a lot of people talk about this. Like we know a lot about aliens, but I think one of the theories too is that they're not sharing it to the majority of the public because it would cause mass panic. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I totally believe that. Honestly, if I knew,
if
I knew something about aliens, I would keep my mouth shut too.
Right.
You could possibly change like the world with that information kind of thing. But anyways, would I fuck an alien? Yes.
The vibe was right. Yeah, why not?
The vibe is right. Smelling good.
But if there's like some implications with health and like I don't know anything. I don't know aliens, dude. If there's like something that like messes us up as humans, if we romance the alien, then probably not.
Like I gotta talk. Like I don't want like just because I had sex with an alien, like all of a sudden I gotta be king of these people now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want
to. If they establish a bond with an alien and we're cool, then yeah, why not? We could start a relationship. Cool. I don't know enough though. So
if you're looking like Mina Ashido, I'm so down. But anyways. He says, what are your favorite alien from any media, and how do you think the existence of aliens really affect human society? Which we kind of brushed upon a little bit.
Favorite alien from media?
Aliens, I guess. I can't think of like too many.
I can't, right off the spot, I can't think of many.
Aliens, I love I'm going to give a shout out to the from Men in Black, the little worm guys. I love them.
Boom, bom, boom, bom, boom.
Bismarcky.
Alien
Bismarcky.
Yeah.
Just like everyone, literally almost every alien in Men in Black is just so chill, and I really hope like that's like a coexisting like civilization that I want out of it. That'd be so cool to know.
Yep. I don't think I have a favorite alien. I mean, yeah, shout out to Men in Black. Shout out to like Space Dandy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to like
Mina Ashido.
Yeah, shout outs to her. I don't think I have a select favorite, but the depictions of aliens and whatever we just listed are pretty chill.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I'm trying to think of like more like I think the xenomorphs from Alien are just fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I think I like them because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine like bursting out of your chest.
Yeah.
That's like terrifying. And not only that, like being hunted down by a huge ass xenomorph.
Yeah, it's scary. Existence of aliens affect human society, huh?
I think it would cause
mentally
at the initial like release of information that hey, aliens are with us or aliens are coming to us, mass panic would ensue. Toilet paper all gone like this fucking pandemic. Like
that's a fair point.
Like I really think that's what would happen. And not only that, I think we have to establish like power. Are they stronger than us? Are we stronger than them?
What can we do? Do we build shelters? If it's a threat, that is. If there's like they're a thing, we don't know if they're dangerous or not.
Dude, I could totally see this going like the fucked up way where like people start losing trust in other people and like murdering each other.
True, and they start like seeing like maybe like I don't know, weird tendencies or like tweaks within people.
Yeah, people would be so paranoid, I swear.
Mannerisms within people that maybe have like an I don't know, like a disability or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like they would just like think about like SpongeBob, that one SpongeBob episode where they thought they went to the moon and they didn't. That's exactly what would happen.
I think it would affect the people mentally for sure, but I don't know. I'm one of the mind where I don't think people are gonna start killing people. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying they won't. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I don't think people would start killing people. I really believe, because we had a conversation.
Think so?
I don't think so.
America.
I'm not gonna, if just because I saw someone do something weird or maybe they are alien but they've been living with us all along. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you're so weird, you're alien, so crazy, I'm gonna kill you. That's not where my mind goes.
Yeah, but the mass population, you don't think?
I mean, didn't we talk about this like last episode or 2 episodes ago about like a purge or something?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think we mentioned it.
Yeah, and I was like,
you don't think people would kill people?
I stand by what I said that episode. Go back. I forgot what I said. I think I worded it pretty good, I think.
You don't think it would be like the end all be all, everyone's murdering each other? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I'm sure there will be some.
Now here's a question. Do the aliens have resources? Because America is fucking them up if they got like some precious energy resource. I know that for a fucking fact because history will tell that if they had like,
I don't know, it's hard.
If they had some sort of like, if we had like a teaspoon of their friggin' Google Lorps, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it powers the whole United States for like 20 years. Like their ass is going down.
I don't know. There's too much unknown for. I'd like to think our government wouldn't just jump. We would not jump the gun. I think we'd calculate it out for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd like to believe.
Maybe my my mind is going like very movie like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, damn, am I giving like our government enough credit?
Yeah, I would like to believe we wouldn't jump the gun because we don't even know what they would do to us if there's a peace offering, if they're good or bad. We need to figure these things out.
Do you think we would communicate?
I think we would try to. I think that's the best form of any relationship with anyone.
I would fucking hope so.
It's communication.
The thing is, though, that scares me is like fear. Like fear is such a like.
I know, but I would like to believe that people in position right now don't react off of fear and like all that stuff. They have brains. I hope, dude.
But it's like otherworldly shit. Assuming that.
So you're telling me if some unknown thing. If you're the head of the government and there's some unknown presence that's incoming or apparent, you're just gonna be like, all right, oh my god, let's just kill everything, or let's go there, steal their shit, and kill them. There's no way.
For all I know, like, what if they get like guarded up, right? They got the guns up, and then they don't like that, and then just an altercation starts. You know what I mean? Like, what if like I've read enough. What's the freaking Bloodborne like.
Lovecraft,
H.P. Lovecraft. I read enough like H.P. Lovecraft, and like played enough Bloodborne and got into that world that it's just like if we see some shit, like the part of the themes of those shits is like we just attack on command. It's just fight or flight.
I know, but
and it scares me.
I'd like to believe the people. I'm sure there would be.
You sure that there would be like someone there that has a right mind?
I'm sure that there would be someone in our country that would definitely react off of fear and start doing crazy shit. I'm sure of it, but
there's no doubt. There's too many people to take account for.
But I'd like to believe the people in power, in position, they should be responsible and they should not react. This goes for anything. Should not react over fear or any of this stuff.
And think about
they need to calculate. They need to talk about it. They need to plan it out.
Yeah.
They need to do all that stuff. We can't just try to take over the alien race or like try to take the resources without even communicating with them, talking with them. I don't know, making a deal, just killing them. I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's the way I like to think. But that being said, I'm not dumb enough to be completely opposed to us just reacting out of fear. If that happened, I wouldn't even be surprised. But I would like to believe it would go the other way. Is what I'm saying.
We're just hoping for the best. All right. Did we miss anything? Let's see.
Would we be welcoming or just District 9 them?
Would we be welcoming or District 9 them? We would absolutely fucking District 9
I didn't
them.
watch District 9, but I assume I know what that means.
District 9 was pretty much a like allegory for like racism, bro. At least in America, we would fucking District 9 the fuck out of them. I can't go down the street without someone mentioning me being Asian. You know what I mean?
True. That's another topic we gotta address. But
we live in a society. we live in a society where like if you're different, it's like you're just getting chastised.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. But once again,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to believe though. Welcoming, I don't know about that. District 9 immediately, I don't know about that either. I think we'd be cautious. I think we should be cautious. Maybe I just I have too much faith and hope in our people.
Yeah.
But that's what I'd like to believe. I mean, with everything else, there's history. With everything, there's rising tension. There's a lot of lead up. If it's just like a out of nowhere aliens are the thing, I don't think. I would like to believe that we wouldn't just go there. Because it's just unknown. We don't know enough. We don't know if they're good or bad. There's no history. There's no tension built. Yeah. It's just a thing. Did we just nuke it? I don't know, man. I don't know.
And it was like, what if they speak a different language, like language barriers and all that?
Yeah, maybe they're actually trying to help. I don't know.
That shit scares me. Like, imagine if they come in and
can we even trust them too? If like they're baiting us, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much.
There's layers to it.
Yeah, and who's to say that they like will abide by rules? Like, who knows if they play dirty? Like, you don't know. You really
I don't know.
Let's see. Do you think they'll be peaceful or just come and mess us up? Again, that just kind of goes with the whole thing. Like,
I think if they were to come and mess us up, I feel like we'd be messed up by now. I feel like they would design something to be messed up. You know what? And we'd get messed up by now.
You know what's the scariest thing?
What?
Because this is like little like factoids, kind of thing. And one of the scariest facts is that like we don't know if the universe is gonna end in like the next like 3 seconds.
That's true. Want to know another fact?
What?
This goes from way at the beginning of this episode. But do you know mosquitoes account for like more than 1 million deaths?
No way.
Every
really?
year.
Just diseases, I assume.
I guess, yeah. Anyways.
but honestly, it depends. Like, what if they're like, I don't want to spoil Invincible.
Whoa.
But like, I guess like, if we, like, I think we had to go down to the lowest common denominator, right? What are you here for? That's it. And like, if their true intentions are like, oh, we're just gonna like conquer you guys, then of course, yeah, they're gonna mess us up. For all we know, they have like better technology than us.
Yeah.
That being said, we have a lot of nukes.
What do you think their reasoning or purpose would be for taking us over? What do we have that they don't?
What if like their land was just straight up dying? Like they got the technology, but their land is dying or whatever, and they just need to inhabit it like this world.
Final Fantasy 7 shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that being said, if that's the case, why do that? Just try to coexist, or at least try to attempt at like a peace offering.
From this topic, I have too much faith.
You do have a lot for a man that like usually like goes the opposite way. You have a lot of faith in this topic. I'll be honest with you. Like I didn't expect you going this way.
Maybe I need to sleep on it. I don't know. This kind of came out of nowhere.
To be fair, it's like we're like opposite right now.
Yeah.
I feel like you would have my opinion and I would have yours.
To be honest, I don't know why my gut is saying this, but I feel like they would come and like try to talk with us, try to communicate somehow. I think they would be fascinated because I feel like this might be a reach. I don't know. I feel like we as people, if we're not just going around killing things weaker than us. I mean, we kind of are low key, but we're not eradicating. Like, for example, I thought of immediately like animals and hunting.
Yeah.
Yes, we're killing them. Yes, which is, it is what it is. It's kind of awful. But we're not, I don't think we're like, as a whole, we're not going and killing every animal we see.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'd like to believe maybe there's some corrupt aliens that would, but there's also, I would like to believe the majority is like, dude, they're weak, like chill.
They're docile.
Yeah, they're weaker than us. They're not doing anything harm. Like, just chill, guys.
Yeah.
The aliens are saying that, yo, chill, dude. You pussy.
Googlethorpe, stop. But like, oh crap, what was I gonna say? I was gonna just go back to like looking different and all that. Like, even if the government like accepts them and all that, there's no shadow of a doubt in my mind that like the people of the Commonwealth
right
would judge and do all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
and not feel comfortable and get, even if they're in the system and all that, somehow we get them to be citizens and all that shit. Best believe they're getting bullied. A little alien Billy.
Unless they're like,
Unless they look like us. I'm only
or
assuming.
slash if they're like, they're physically like they're like Hercules. You know what I mean? Like, oh, don't mess with that dude, type of thing. Like they're just they got all the strength in the world and all this stuff.
Like assuming that they got pink skin, like Mina, right? Do you have any other aliens? If they're looking like blue Squirtle over here, like if the aliens looking like, I don't know, Squirtle's kind of cute, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's no shadow of a doubt in my mind they're getting made fun of, they're getting bullied, they're getting pushed around.
But
unless they're jacked.
yeah, unless they're huge, and maybe.
The aliens like, you fucking
but what
pussy.
if they? But what if they have something to offer, to like maybe they're, I don't know, they have abilities or their physical capabilities, or they can help our world in some way that benefits us, and we all are aware of this. Kind of like, smoking is bad, right? What if the mentality?
I just imagine them coming out and just like, man, smoking's bad, dude.
No. I was gonna make an analogy.
Yeah.
So like we think like smoking is bad, right? That's like unanimous, and ubiquitous, animalness. What if that's an ideal that we carry? Is like, oh no, aliens are really helpful. They help with our oxygen. They have abilities.
That'd be nuts.
They have abilities to do this, that. They could revitalize the sea corals. They could.
Yeah, no,
global warming,
I know,
and then will people be the same way? I doubt it. The majority of people, I doubt it. I know me personally, I'd be like, dude, thank you for your service.
Oh, bro,
I would be like, thank you so much.
I will have sex with all of your
I would
aliens.
be like, thank you so much.
I'll have sex with every single alien, like, people that you have just because you took the CO2 out of the atmosphere. Like, thank you.
Can I tell a story real quick?
Tell your story.
We might have to continue this or make this a whole topic in itself later, but there was one time I was sleeping.
I don't like your smile. I don't like your smile when you're telling this.
Dude, I was sleeping in my room. Obviously, my eyes were closed, and I thought I was awake. Like, I was awake. In my mind, I was awake. I was conscious, but I couldn't open my eyes.
Okay.
And I felt like my room and my bed, like, starting to rumble and shake, and I was like, what is this? And I started hearing this weird sound in the distance. I started to hear this weird sound in the distance. It was like whoa, 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 but it was really faint. And what I was seeing was pitch black. And then I saw the vision in my eyes. It was like a gradient, or it started transitioning over from black to like white, like a flashbang. And it was going like slowly gray, and then whiter. And as that was happening, the rumbling started to get low, like crazier. And at the same time, the faint noise started going crazy. It was going like whoa, and it was like on my forehead, and it was like getting warmth, and it was going like crazy. Like everything was shaking. Was what my vision was white as my eyes were closed. It was going and it was getting super close and close. I was like, and in my mind, I remember thinking, I was like, wait, what's happening? And I was like, oh, is this it? Like, is this it? Am I done? And I remember I was like terrified. And then I woke up because it was sleep paralysis. And this could be another topic that I could address later in the future. But in high school or something, I'm not kidding. I had sleep paralysis like every night for like a month straight. And my earlier incidences with sleep paralysis were much more
severe,
visceral, than my later ones, because I started getting used to it and learning techniques on how to counter it, and then my mentality.
How to counter it.
Yeah, and this is another time. I could get into it, but I remember my mental was like, I know how to deal with it. I was like, oh, this is just sleep paralysis, whatever.
You think because of
I
that,
was conscious of sleep paralysis, where I'm like, oh, I'm not scared of anything anymore.
Yeah.
So if I get it nowadays, maybe every once in a while, I don't really get scared, and I can even feel it coming on before it happens, and I'll try to snap out of it before it happens. But yeah, that happened with the alien thing, and I remember that was like one of my first times getting it, and dude, I was tweaking. I was bugging. I was like, holy shit, did I actually just get it? Did something happen to me and I'm back?
Yeah.
Am I different? I was like, no way. Then I was like, oh, it's sleep paralysis. I started learning about it because I didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
That's my story about that. I was abducted,
All
anally probed.
So would you fuck an alien? Yes.
Yeah, if the relationship is right, the vibe is right, and no no problems with me. With them too.
Oh, we straight fucking. I don't care. The vibe is nasty. So yeah,
I'm not trying to get like, a third leg or whatever.
just space herpes.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it may be.
Thank you, Ace22, for the awesome question. Remember, you guys could write into our Discord. You could join it. I'll leave the description down, or leave the link in the description down below, so you guys could join. Or you could email me at danceanimekevin@gmail.com. So yeah, this has been the Dance Anime Podcast. If you had fun talking about alien fucking and what was the first topic? Lifting weights.
We're
Pressuring people?
Yeah, pressure. Societal pressures, weird mentalities.
Make sure you comment down your thoughts down below, subscribe, and make sure you give us like a rating or follow us on Spotify and all that. I know I'm trying to work on iTunes, Apple, and all the Google Podcasts and all that stuff.
Yep.
And I'll let you guys know if I could get that going. If I don't,
and let us know, please.
Yeah.
Let us know what you want us to talk about.
yeah, because that would really, really help. Because I remember we were trying to figure out topics.
Trying to find the one.
Yeah,
I remember we were bothered about it.
I think it was a good podcast though.
That was pretty good.
I enjoyed myself. But yeah,
I enjoyed my stay.
and I hope you guys did too. This has been Kevin Sissenthone. That has been Steven Sissenthone.
Yeah, and Christine Danis.
And Christine Danis. And I hope you have a wonderful day.
See you.
"直しき